Blessings, my brother.
What's going on with you?
I didn't even see you picked up on me, man. I'm out here in Mexico, man. I just wanted to show love and support for the channel. Let everybody know that the passport is definitely worth it, but it definitely takes more than just the passport. You know what I'm saying?
What part of Mexico?
I'm out here in Cancun right now.
You in Cancun? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? What you gotta share? What do you mean by that? It takes more than just the passport. What do you mean by that?
Man, it takes more as far as just being a man. First off, you know what I mean. You can't just get your passport and think you're just gonna go overseas and buy somebody out of a, you know what I mean, out of a trophy box or something like that. So
That's
just becoming
facts.
a man, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Christian myself. I know you're a Muslim. You know, glory to God. But yeah, it's definitely just being a man, man. Learning those masculine skills, getting in tune with God, getting to know yourself, the power of forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? And definitely getting that passport and traveling. And in the midst of that traveling, that's going to help you level up and grow into a man as well.
Facts. Facts. I like your thinking. I totally agree with that.
Sir.
What would you, now let me ask you this. Are you out there just traveling for vacation, or are you making like more greater moves than vacation?
Well, I've been back and forth. So last year I lived in Playa del Carmen, which is like 45 minutes south of Cancun.
Yep, know where that's at.
Yeah, I lived there for about 5 months last year, and then I just moved back out here to Cancun in March. So I've been here in March, and then I'll probably be going back to the States in the next month, give or take, and then I'll probably be coming back out here to Cancun.
Okay, are you trying to move out there?
You said what?
Are you trying to move out there?
Well, I live in Cancun now.
Oh, you do? Okay. All right, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Let these brothers know. I mean, this is a perfect example, right?
You see me sweating. My bad, brother.
Yeah.
It's that Mexico.
Yeah, I know. I got you that humidity.
Man.
How long have you been outside of the U.S. or not dealing really with the U.S.? How long has it been since you've been traveling like this?
Well, the first time I left the States was not too long ago, maybe like 3 years ago, give or take. And that's my first time coming to Mexico. Mexico was like, you know, my beginning stages of leaving the country, I would say, right? I think Mexico is a great start for a lot of people.
Facts. I agree.
Who's looking to leave the country.
I agree.
It's kind of like Mexico is like America 2.0.
Yeah, it's not that far. It's easy. Yeah, I agree. Start with Mexico. Right. You can go to different parts of Mexico. That's what I did. I started with Mexico, and then I started going further out, right? So definitely recommend that. Can you elaborate a little bit more? Because I think this is so important for the brothers that think, I'll just get a passport and that's going to solve all my problems. And you mentioned something very important. You talked about becoming more of a man, right? And then you mentioned like faith. Faith is very important, right? Because for me, and I'm sure for you as well, we as men have to be grounded in something. We have to have something that's going to give us discipline and structure so that we don't just go off the rails, because you can get a passport and go out to whatever country and then end up in worse trouble than you would have gotten in the United States. And not only that, but the laws, you're in a foreign country, so you don't know what's going to happen. They can hold you for years and years for a little or nothing, right? So you just don't know. So you want to, that's why, but if you're grounded, especially like religiously, if you're grounded, you're not going to really have to worry about your behavior, because you already know I'm not going to go too far to the left. I'm not going to go too far to the right. I already know where to stay. I'm going to stay within this means right here. I already know I'm not going to deal with a whole bunch of dirty women that are involved in the drug game, involved in selling their body. You're not going to deal with all that. So I want you to, you know, in your words, what would you say about that?
Well, definitely, like you said, man, I just completely lost my whole train of thought.
Yeah, we just talking about how you said the passport is not enough, right? It's not going to solve all the problems, because you got to become more of a man.
Like, so, you know, like learning the nature of women, right? Learning the nature of women is definitely a very, very important element, because when you get your passport, you go overseas, the women overseas, you know, definitely understand that there's, you know, Americans that got money, you know, that US dollar talk, and they coming. So there's women that would definitely extort you and take advantage of you.
Facts.
You know, so you still have to learn, you know, woman's nature. You know, I feel like that's definitely one of the journeys for a lot of men, especially in the Black community, because a lot of people in the Black community grow up without fathers, right? So mastering and understanding the nature of a woman is key to understand, you know, just their mannerisms, their behaviors, how they act, and being able to pick those signs up when you are traveling overseas to see, you know, who's genuine, who's that traditional woman who's actually there and really kind of just seeking for you. I mean, because you got some that they enjoy living in their home country, and then you got others who's trying to get the green card.
Facts. And if here's one thing, if men want to be able to do this to the brothers that want to get a little taste of traveling, but maybe still want to deal with Americans, Puerto Rico, right? Puerto Rico is an awesome place because Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, so they're U.S. citizens. So you're going to feel like you're traveling abroad to another country, but you're still in the United States. So that's another option I'm going to recommend to a lot of you brothers that are considering leaving, or if you have a passport, haven't got one. Mexico, Puerto Rico. Do those two things first, but make sure you are grounded. You don't want to mess your life up. You don't want to get into no major trouble. You know what? You know what's interesting? It's funny is you don't hear too much about Black men or men in general doing that, but you hear a lot about, more or less, about the women. Right? Because they behave crazy in the U.S. and they think they can go over to these other countries and act crazy. They think they're going to go to Saudi Arabia. They think they're going to go to other Muslim countries or even non-Muslim countries. They think they're going to act up and nothing's going to happen to them. And that's not what happens. They've been having all kind of stuff happen to them. Right? You're not going to be able to go to these places and act a fool and then you're going to twerk and be ratchet and run your mouth. Right? It's going to be over for you. And a lot of them do actually they'll get locked up or other stuff happen. And if they don't got no money to pay or whatever, they're going to stay locked up for a while.
Like, what is it, Dubai with the silent law or something like that? Can't be screaming obnoxious in public.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Well, you know, just Saudi is just, you know, I mean, and they love to go to Dubai. I just read about one of them. She went to Dubai and ate some poop for $15,000 or whatever, and now her life is she's probably not going to make it. She's probably not going to survive.
Wow, she got ill from eating it.
Yeah, but they're doing stuff like that, just goofy. And that's why I'm telling the brothers, you don't want to get caught up and wrapped up in no foolishness. Find you a really good woman outside of the United States if you can't find one here, and be happy, move on. Don't waste your time with these jokers over here. But, brother, I appreciate you for coming on and joining.
I appreciate you having me, man. You be blessed, man. Keep spreading the message.
All right, salute to you. Have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Folks, do me a favor if you haven't done it yet. Hit